raised in the Lone Star land, with boots on my feet and dreams in my hand. A little sassy but a whole lot of grace. You'll see that fire when you look in my face. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. From the blue bonnet fields to the city streets, every step I take feels like home to me. With a little sass and a lot of pride, this Texas girl's got nothing to hide. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright.
Hello, my beautiful friends. How are y'all doing tonight? Sorry about putting off and coming live later. The 3 little girls who were unalived by their father, their memorial was going on. And, oh, guys, I got all in my feelings on that one. As a mother of losing one child, it was unbearable. I couldn't imagine waking up and having none of my children left. Bless her soul. That mother has a very long road ahead of her. So please keep their mother in your prayers, as well as that father. I don't know how he will live, knowing what he has done to those precious babies. But I wanted to finish that up. So thank you for being patient and waiting for me. Hello, Queen Brown Eyes. How you doing? Gypsy, our new member. We got to see you be a new member a while ago. But let's go ahead and welcome you to the South again.
Welcome. Welcome to the South. We break that good stuff out. We got enough to go around. So can I get a right and get down? Welcome to the South.
Welcome, Gypsy. We love you. Hey, Cowgirl Guardian, how are you doing? Our beautiful Holly is. Our live tonight is a suggestion that Holly sent in for me to look over, and that is what one of them is what we're going to be talking about tonight. So thank you, Holly. Hi, Miss Rhonda and TJ. Okay, hold on, guys, real quick. Love you. You're not going in the morning with me. You're going to your birthday party. Okay. All right. I love you. Have a good night. Okay. Little Miss is going to go to bed. She's tired. Hello, Jenny, Machete. How are you doing? And TJ. Miss Rhonda. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate y'all so much. Let's see. Anybody else sneak up in here on us? Hi, Kylie's Nail Candy and Read the Bell. How you doing? Good to have you. Hi, Bo. Good to have everybody. Seclusion. You're here but working. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Seclusion. We appreciate you. And let's see, anybody else? There's Bluegrass Meadows. Hey, hey. Good to have you. YouTuber, how you doing? YouTuber was over watching that as well, I think. Man, that really tore me up, guys. The tears were flying. Let's see. Barbara Rose, how are you? Good to have you tonight. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate everybody. September Virgo. Oh my goodness. She said I was like traveling back in time, girl. Let me tell you, it brought back a lot of emotions. Lots of them, for sure. Hey, Bobby. Good to have you. Yay. Good to have everyone. Me and you. Hey, girl. Good deal. Thank you all for being here, and everybody else that's listening in. Thank y'all for being here as well. Gemini 2, how are you doing? Yeah. Oh, Bo, it was so sad. Like I said, it was unbearable just losing one child. I couldn't imagine losing all of mine at the same time. And yet she defends their father. She has grace for him because she knew where his frame of mind was. She is a strong person, and she stood up and talked as well. And I know I would never have been able to do that ever at that time. So wherever their little souls are, they're at rest, they're together, and you got to be grateful for that. And that dad, just, I can't imagine what he's going through when he actually realized what he has done. I really hope they catch him. That mother needs that closure for herself. It's going to be bad enough, but not knowing where he's at or anything has got to be. Possibly Retha, possibly, she knew the headspace of where he was, and she knew it wasn't okay for them to go unsupervised. But guys, it happens. It happens. Unfortunately, there is a law that they just have to go by. But I don't know. I don't know. That did, like I say, had me all up in my feelings. Oh, you think people are helping him? Oh my goodness. I know his family was not there. And I can't imagine the hate that dad is receiving right now. The family of the father. Because that's how people are. Doesn't mean that his family may be seclusion, but I do know this. He was in the army. He had been deployed. He came back. He wasn't himself. And I get that. It was draining, very, very draining, and I do feel bad for his family because I know they didn't have anything to do with it. And yet those girls were their family as well. And I think it was very gracious of them to stay away. That would have took the focus off of the girls. And tonight was all about those girls. So I don't know. It's just a horrible, horrible situation. And unfortunately, we're fixing to listen to a whole nother story that's not much better, guys. Exactly, September. Most veterans do not get the care they need so very much. I know when my son came back, he was nowhere close to being himself. Hey, Deanna, Travis's brother was there. Oh, good, good, good. Okay, good. His parents weren't, is what I heard. I didn't know his brother was. Deanna said his brother was. They have not found him yet. No. But when my son came back, he wasn't okay. He was just not in a good headspace. And he sent me down one day and went over all the pictures he took while he was, over in Iraq and on the base and off the base and all the places and everything. And I'm like, okay. I said, brother, do you need to, we can look at these another day, because I knew he wasn't quite all right. And he said, no, Mom, I need this. I need this. And I was like, okay, let's look, So we sat there for almost 2 hours. And after a while, we started talking, and I asked him, I said, why don't you get you some help? Get somebody you can talk to. And he says, I said, I don't understand why they don't offer it. He said, they debrief you for 2 weeks, ask you if you need more help. He said, and no one at that point is going to say yes, because it will go on your record. I was like, oh my gosh, because there are people like my son who did not want that to be on his record. I wonder about that, September Virgo. I really do. I think he went out somewhere far, far away. And I'm not sure that he is. They have too many things up in the sky with heat sensors and all the things. They would have saw him, I think, unless someone has helped him. But then they mentioned they have a feeling that an opinion that he is staying in caves that he has found along the way, and that would keep him out of that area. Seclusion says, although I am a scientist who works with little bugs, I can say PTSD alters the brain as well. Under extreme stress, dopamine floods the cerebral tissues and neurotransmitters. Yeah, PTSD is a real thing. My son had it big time when he came back. So unfortunately, they go over to places that are in war, and they see things and do things, and it is not a normal life. And then they have to come back and just live normal. It should be mandatory for them to have at least 6 months to a year of counseling. He may have, Miss Rondon, he might have had it all planned out and had food stashed and planted out there. Who knows? Yeah, September. It was pretty rough. But unfortunately, we're going from that story to another very sad story. I'm going to read to you before we watch this piece from Law and Crime. There is a Facebook page called Anchoring Hope for Mental Health. In the About section, it says, high school sweethearts, now together for 25 years. Our love story consists of fighting suicidal thoughts and attempts publicly, so you know you're not alone. We fight with you, and our God is stronger than this battle. And there is this journey of this man and wife and their whole story of how his name's Jeremy, the husband, his mental illness was suicide thoughts. He could not stop thinking of unaliving himself. Hey, Roxy R, thanks for being here. And so they battled through it, and therapy and places and, all the things that they had been through is documented on this Facebook page that she had created. And she said, the last entry was May 9th that says the paperwork to approve TMS treatments for Jeremy's mental health battle will be submitted today. We spent over an hour going through every aspect of our 16-year journey of ups and downs, failures, fears, and celebrations related to Hottie Hub's unalive ideations, attempts, and hospitalizations. We feel heard, seen, and supported. We feel confident TMS in Kearney at Serene Mental Health is where we are being led. Please pray for insurance's approval and that we can get started ASAP. She puts another one on there, and it's a picture of her and him, and it says, while today hasn't been the greatest since Jeremy had to fight these thoughts off, and on all day, he was able to get to work from 7-ish to 1:30 before he felt too exhausted to keep going. He headed home to rest, and I'm very proud of him for working as long as he did and checking a few things off his list. The battle to live when your brain is constantly making unalive sounds so appealing is completely exhausting. We have an appointment tomorrow morning at Serene Mental Health in Kearney, where we hope Jeremy will begin TMS treatment soon and stop messing with meds for the time being. She goes on to talk, and she said, this afternoon, 2 dear friends and elders in our church came to our home. They anointed Jeremy with oil and prayed over him. It gave us a lot of comfort, as do the messages and comments from all of you. We know we don't fight alone, and God is using our story for good, even as we live it. There is great power in that. Tonight, though, Jeremy claimed he wasn't hungry. He chowed down this amazing chicken dish our friends brought us when I laid it between us on the couch with 2 forks. Guess I have to trick my husband into eating so he can stay out of the hospital. It is what it is. He's back in bed now, resting, but we also have to remember he is still healing from the failed ECT treatments. He remembers very little from that experience, but he had a physical response, I believe similar to a PTSD panic attack, when we drive past the hospital where he had the treatments. Today, my friend at work said Jeremy is lucky to have me, and I get that a lot, but I really don't see it that way. I love my husband, and he's fighting a health battle. Yes, it's been a very long roller coaster of a battle, but isn't that marriage? I'm not special. I'm just a wife madly in love with a man whose brain tells him I'm better off with him unalive. But my real hubby, when the illness does not hold him tightly in its grasp, knows the truth. And that's why he fights so hard. That was the last 2 things that were put onto their page that they created. We're going to watch their story in seclusion. I hope it doesn't trigger you. I've worried about this. But this is a mental struggle, and it does kind of relate in a way, I'm afraid, to the Travis Decker story as well. So here we go, guys. Let's listen. This is Law and Crime. My banner is up for copyright. I'm going to play a tiny bit of music with it as well. I will pause, but we're not going to really speak too much. I want more than anything just to have this story told. Here we go, guys. Thank you to everybody that's here tonight. Here we go. This is one of unaliving.
Celebrating their son's high school graduation, a Nebraska family is now planning 4 funerals. A father, mother, and their 2 teenage children are dead in what police are calling an apparent murder-suicide. Investigators believe the father, Jeremy Coach, stabbed and killed his wife and 2 children before turning the knife on himself. It happened just 3 days after Coach was reportedly released from a mental health facility. According to family, Coach's struggles with mental illness were no secret. His wife had been openly discussing his mental health battles on social media in the days leading up to the tragedy. I'm Kennedy Walker, and today I'll walk you through the investigation, the warning signs, and how a family asking for help ended in heartbreak. On May 10th, the Coach family was supposed to celebrate a milestone, watching their oldest son, 18-year-old Hudson, graduate from high school. But Hudson never made it to the stage. Instead of putting on his cap and gown, authorities say Hudson was stabbed to death, reportedly by his own father, Jeremy. According to the Nebraska State Patrol, Jeremy is believed to have killed his wife, Bailey, and both of their children, Hudson and 16-year-old, before taking his own life. Investigators say all 4 family members suffered fatal stab wounds. A knife was recovered at the scene. It was Bailey's parents who made the horrific discovery around 9:45 that morning. Bailey's mother posted on Facebook writing, "Our daughter and her family were killed by a diseased mind with a knife." The tragedy unfolded amid what family describes as Jeremy Coach's long battle with depression and harmful thoughts. Just days before her death, Bailey launched a GoFundMe titled Jeremy's Battle, Mental Health Support Needed, detailing her husband's years-long mental health struggles. In the fundraiser, Bailey wrote that Jeremy had been diagnosed with severe depression in 2009 and that his condition deteriorated in 2024. "My husband tries to kill himself a lot," she wrote, revealing that in March, she woke up to Jeremy standing over her with a knife. She says she convinced him to seek treatment and undergo electroconvulsive therapy. Bailey had been openly documenting the family's mental health journey on a Facebook page called Anchoring Hope for Mental Health, where she repeatedly pleaded for support and awareness. Just 2 days before the murders, Bailey posted an update on Facebook saying in part, "Today hasn't been the greatest." Then, just 24 hours before the tragedy, Bailey shared that they had signed paperwork for Jeremy to begin new mental health treatment. But
24 hours. 24 hours prior, guys, he was to go receive treatment.
he would never make it. The next day, police say Jeremy stabbed his wife and 2 children before taking his own life, ending all 4 of their lives. Bailey was a special education teacher at Holdridge Public Schools. The district released a statement saying the school community is grieving after a tragic event that has deeply affected us all. Our hearts are with everyone impacted. Cozad schools, where the Coach boys attended, echoed that sentiment, writing, "We are deeply affected by this tragedy. Our thoughts are with all those impacted during this incredibly difficult time." Asher, the youngest, was described as a rock star golfer with a bright future. Hudson was set to graduate just hours after his life was cut short. He had plans to move to California to begin a 3.
I'm sorry, seclusion. Like I said, I've worried about this all day with you. I apologize.
Year apprenticeship. Now, instead of graduation caps and life plans, the family's loved ones are preparing for 4 funerals. Bailey's parents wrote on their Facebook page that they plan to continue their daughter's mission of mental health advocacy. "This country is in crisis," they wrote. "There is far, far too little help available to tackle the mental illness crisis." And joining me to talk more about this is forensic psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Bober. Dr. Bober, thank you so much for coming on today. Let's just get right to it. What a terrible and tragic story. Instead of celebrating their son's high school graduation, this Nebraska family is now planning 4 funerals. I want to start right there because this father, Jeremy Coach, was reportedly just released from a mental health facility. His wife had been pleading for help on social media. What are some of the warning signs that someone's mental illness may be escalating to the point of violence?
Yes, trigger
I think
warning.
there's a lot to unpack here. Obviously, the fact that he had a history of depression itself is a warning sign. We know that, for example, 30% of the population has what we call treatment-resistant depression that doesn't respond to the standard treatments. But the good news is that over half those people with treatment-resistant depression can eventually get help. So that stands out to me. Another thing that stands out is that he used a knife, right? A knife instead of a gun. And so when we're talking about a knife, we're talking about intimacy and emotional proximity. What it takes to get that up close and personal with someone. It has a very angry feeling to it, right? Like intense emotions, for example, jealousy, betrayal, hopelessness, and a loss of control. Was this someone who felt inadequate as a father and a husband? Were there financial problems? We know that there was a history of this sort of him standing over one of the family members with a knife before. So the knife to me has a particular significance. It almost has a feeling of him punishing them in some way. projected feelings of rage, and asserting dominance over them. So that stands out to me as well.
I think about that, but I also think about if he had a, supposed history of this mental illness, do you think maybe they just didn't keep a gun in the house because of his history with that? Or are we leaning more in what you're saying about, the knife and how it is personal?
Well, certainly not having a firearm in the house with someone with depression, removing all lethal items. A firearm is obviously a huge risk factor for suicide in a home. But removing sharp objects too, like knives, is something you would want to consider as well. In his mind, this may have actually been an altruistic act, or maybe even a nihilistic delusion. In other words, death was the only escape. Maybe he felt like he had failed them in some way, and that the only thing he could do was take them with him and leave this world because he felt such feelings of inadequacy.
Mental health is a very serious part of life for so many people. And it's absolutely horrible that he felt he had to take his wife and his 2 sons with him.
Wow. And yet it's important that you say that, because we hear a lot about depression being internal, people hurting themselves, not others. But how common is it for severe depression or suicidal ideation to cross over into violence towards their family members?
So obviously depression, mood disorders are a risk factor for suicide, but it's very uncommon for it to lead to violence like this. This is something that's very rare. But again, we don't really know what's going on. And I say this to people all the time. Every family has secrets. You never know what goes on inside those 4 walls and what really led up to this. Was there a substance abuse issue? Was he using alcohol or drugs? We know that this can lead to disinhibition, less control, more impulsivity. So there's a number of factors here that could have led up to this.
And we touched on this a moment ago, but Bailey, his wife, wrote that Jeremy had been fighting suicidal thoughts for years. And just a couple months ago, she woke up to him standing over her with a knife. What goes through the mind of someone who might turn violent in a moment like that?
Aretha, you're so sweet. She said she doesn't know anybody from Texas. She said, I imagine Lolly is a cute cowgirl in fancy boots. I just have my normal boots. Couple of pairs, matter of fact.
Are we thinking this is premeditated or just more impulsive?
Well, when I think about something like that, someone standing over someone with a knife, I also think of psychosis. Was he under the influence of a delusion? Was he detached from reality in some way? Because I think most of us would agree that when someone is standing over us with a knife, that it feels pretty creepy. So what is really going on in the mind of someone that does that, and what is motivating them? Are they simply depressed, or are they under the influence of some sort of delusion? So that's what
Me and you, I agree with you. She said it can also be medication. Some of the meds that they give out for mental health have risky side effects. September, got my boots and my heels and my titties.
what I would think about.
Are there specific risk factors or mental health conditions that make a person more likely to commit the murder-suicide? Or like how you said, do they just have to be in some type of psychosis?
So people who commit violence don't tend to be actually mentally ill, right? Only 4% of firearm violence is directly attributable to mental illness, right? The mentally ill are more likely to be the victims of violence and not the perpetrators. But when you start getting into mental illness, for example, that has paranoia, delusions, things that lead to poor impulse control, for example.
Oh my goodness, seclusion. That's horrible. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. You know, and we'll talk about this more after this is over with. I like this guy's talking and what he's saying here. But I've always had in my mind that if you unalive anyone for any reason, even yourself, there has to be some type of mental disturbance to it, because it never made sense to me why somebody would want to do that. And I'm not sure that it's ever just a choice you wake up and do. It's something that's brewing inside of you, I would think. Yeah, different reason, but same method. It is. Oh my goodness. I just cannot understand how anybody who is absolutely sane, normal, everyday living, could unalive anyone.
Well, people on the bipolar spectrum, those people have an increased risk of violence.
A lot of people might ask, how could this happen if Jeremy had just been released from a facility? Do mental health facilities sometimes discharge patients too soon before they're fully stabilized?
Sure, it's possible, but mental health facilities are trying to get people stable to the point where they can go to outpatient treatment or they can step down to a lower level of care. So a mental health facility is looking at what can we do to treat the acute crisis and then refer this person on for outpatient treatment. So he may have very well presented when he left the mental health facility as more stable and at least stable enough to get treatment at a lower level of care, for example, outpatient treatment.
Would that be considered faking it though? Like in some cases, are some people pretending or faking it to get out of treatment? And if so, just how common is that? And is it actually possible for patients to potentially manipulate the system like that?
Absolutely. I mean, we're not mind readers as mental health professionals, right? We have to go with what the patient is giving us. And we also have to check with collateral sources of information. For example, if I have a patient who says to me, hey, doc, I'm fine, I'm ready to go. But then I speak to the patient's mother and the patient's mother says, hey, by the way, last night he told me he's still feeling suicidal. That's information that I need to take into account before I discharge the patient. We're always concerned when we discharge patients, for example, them having access to lethal means like firearms, like knives. We want to make sure they have people around. We want to make sure they have an adequate follow-up plan. So these are some of the things that we can do to manage and mitigate the risk when we discharge them from a facility.
And like how you said, no one is a mind reader. Everyone is, doing the best that they can. But just in your opinion, does our mental health system have enough safeguards to prevent tragedies like this? Like, what needs to change?
So I think you can never completely prevent it, but you can minimize the risk. You can lower the risk. And again, it goes back to what I said, having an adequate follow-up plan, safety planning. Is there someone that's going to be home with them when they're discharged? Do they have an appointment within the next few days? Do they have an adequate medication supply? Have you removed lethal means from the home? Is there a plan if they were to deteriorate or fall back? All these.
Folks, I've yet to see a picture where he doesn't look happy. He's smiling. It looks like a genuine smile to me. I mean, he looks like he's enjoying life. So maybe it's just different times that hit him harder than others, maybe. I don't know.
All these are things that you can do to, again, mitigate the risk, but not completely eliminate the risk, because we know that people who have a prior suicide attempt, for example, are at higher risk for another attempt. So there are things that we can do to mitigate, but not completely eliminate the risk.
After being released, are there warning signs in those first few days that family members should be watching for? Are those moments especially high risk?
Yeah, I mean, that's the time that you really want to be watching them the closest, right? You want to give them some level of independence, but still have some level of oversight. And the more time they sort of have under their belt in terms of their stability, taking their medication, going to their appointments, seeking out therapy, all these things allow you to sort of slowly lower your guard until you feel more comfortable with them.
And Bailey had just signed papers for...
Look at here. Brandy and Indy said, Robin Williams said people with depression don't fake being sad. they fake being happy. Wow. And we see him looking very, very happy, don't we?
Her husband, Jeremy, to begin a new course of treatment. And then the next day, this happened. Is it common for someone to commit violence even when they're on the cusp of receiving care?
You know, that is when I find sometimes people actually have an increased risk. So a lot of times people will, commit a violent act or commit suicide, and people will say, but they seem like they were doing fine. They actually seem like they were doing better. And a lot of times I find that's because in the person's mind, they've resigned themselves to the fact that they're going to do this. And there's almost a peace that comes over them when they've made that decision. So they may actually seem like they're doing better right before it happens.
And I guess that brings me back to those warning signs then. If how can people look out for that? Like if they seem too calm?
I don't think there's really any way. I think it's very individually dependent, right? The people that are going to know that something's off are the people that are closest to you, right? He's not really sleeping the way he did, or he's losing weight, or he's letting his hygiene go, or now all of a sudden he doesn't want to go to work, or he's giving away his possessions. The people that are closest to you are the people that are going to notice the change in your behavior. They know your patterns of behavior and when you start to deviate from them. But even then, if someone really wants to hide it, if they want to conceal it, if they want to tell everyone that, oh no, I'm fine, I'm on the mend, I'm doing great. Again, we can't read their mind. We don't know always what's going to happen. And it's very difficult to predict people's behavior.
Right. And it's clear, Bailey loved her husband and, according to social media posts, believed in his recovery, even after he nearly hurt her back in March and unfortunately eventually did. Why might a spouse stay in a situation that could be dangerous?
Listen, they want to keep the family together. Sometimes they're holding on to the fantasy that things can get better, and sometimes things do get better. I don't blame her for holding on. I don't blame her for trying to make it work because we want to believe that people can be better. We want to hold on to hope. And sometimes, unfortunately, when we hold on to hope, we miss the warning signs. But then there are times when there just aren't really any warning signs. So it really depends. We can't be there. We can't get into the mind of what she was seeing and how she thought to act based on the things that she was interpreting.
Is that what we call trauma bonding? Can love, loyalty, and hope potentially cloud a caregiver's ability to see that something is no longer safe?
Sure. I mean, we see this all the time, right? I see people in abusive relationships. They stay in abusive relationships. They know it's bad for them. They know it's toxic, but they're holding on to hope. They're holding on to the way maybe things used to be, and they don't want to get out of the situation because maybe they're afraid of change. Maybe they're afraid of what the future will look like, and they hold on to the past. But yes, that is something that we can see with trauma bonding.
Well, what do you say to those family members who do feel torn, like they're choosing between protecting themselves and abandoning someone that they love?
I would say that at some point, we have to know when to let go. We have to know that when there's a net liability by holding on, it's time to let go. And I think you have to present someone, you have to challenge them with the evidence, looking at the fact that, this is really not only affecting the person, but their entire family, and that maybe they need to take a step back and allow this person to get help and then come back into the picture when they've achieved greater recovery.
Is caregiver burnout or compassion fatigue a risk factor in these cases?
Not necessarily. There's so many factors that play into this, but sometimes the perfect storm comes together. We don't know when he actually planned to do this. We don't know if this was something that was brewing in his mind over weeks, or maybe one day he just said, you know what, that's it. I can't take it anymore. I'm a failure. I'm not going to leave my family in this world, and I'm going to take them with me because the world will be better off if we're all gone. That may have been something that he came to that day. It may not have been something that he planned over weeks.
So essentially, when Bailey says that he was standing over her with a knife.
Seclusion, that's horrible. Afterwards. Sorry, we forgot to inform you he was released. Oh my goodness. No. So much wrong with that One sentence. Wow. So sorry.
Knife a couple of months ago, back in March. Should that have been the moment that she, severed ties or tried to get help? Like, what are the steps that people can take when they notice or they sense that their loved ones might harm themselves or others?
So listen, that something like that is totally over the top. If someone is standing over you with a knife, that's 5 alarm bells going off. That's the time to do something. That's not your spouse saying to you, hey, I've been feeling a little bit down lately. I mean, that's a huge warning sign. So that immediately would prompt the necessity of either involving law enforcement or some mental health professional at that point, going to the emergency room and saying, hey, my husband was standing over me with a knife. I need your help. We need to do something. That is an immediate, imminent threat.
Right. And there's been so much conversation about just improving access to mental health care. But when it comes to extreme cases like this one, like you just described, is access really the issue, or is it accountability and follow through?
I think it's really more about accountability and follow through, right? I think when you have a situation like that, that it's an emergency, right? There's an imminent threat and you have to act. It means saying to the person, hey, we really need to go to the emergency room. You need to be assessed. And if they're saying, no, I'm not going to do it, then you need to contact authorities to come by the house with EMS and say, look, my husband was standing over me with a knife. He's not acting right. I need help. You need to do something. And at that point, they may take him involuntarily and put him on a psychiatric hold for further evaluation and assessment.
Does stigma play a role here as well? I mean, Bailey was bravely posting and asking for help, and yet her husband still slipped through the cracks.
Listen, I think stigma always plays a part, right? There are so many people out there that are suffering every day, that are hiding in the shadows because they're going to feel humiliated. They're going to feel judged, shamed. This is something that happens every day. And it's really a huge reason why people don't get help, because in this country, we still view mental illness very often as a weakness and a character defect. But we have to understand that depression, mental illness, this is all part of the human condition. And getting help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and self-awareness.
Absolutely. And, Bailey, she leaves behind family members. Her parents were the ones that actually found all 4 of them deceased. What are the psychological effects on surviving relatives after a horrible situation like this?
Listen, I mean, this is something that they probably will never get over. It's something that it's something that they'll never get over. It's something that they'll probably be dealing with for years, questioning themselves, feelings of guilt. Should have I seen this? What were the signs? How did I miss the signs? This is an unimaginable tragedy that they're going to feel the effects from for years to come.
And what can they do to get help?
So again, I mean, I think a situation like this, very often people will start off with their primary care physician. They'll be referred to a therapist for trauma therapy, for grief counseling. They may even need medication. It really depends. A lot of times it's the feelings of acute stress that set in the beginning, and it's just very difficult to find your bearings. And some people say take it one day at a time. I say sometimes you have to take it 1 hour at a time. It's important to get adequate sleep, nutrition, and be around people that you love, that are close to you, that can look out for you and protect you.
Yeah, that's definitely some great advice there. And finally, for any family watching this right now, maybe they're caring for someone who's struggling or afraid something like this could happen, what would you say to them? What's the most important thing that you think they need to hear?
Listen to
Get
this.
help as soon as you can. Don't wait. Don't wait for a tragedy to happen. If you see the signs are there, do something about it right now. Pick up the phone, make a call. If you're financially unable to do it, there are community resources. You can go to samhsa.gov, samhsa.gov. You can call the 988 suicide hotline, 211. There are so many resources in the community if you can't afford it, but don't wait. Get help now.
Great advice as always. Dr. Bober, thank you so much for coming on today.
Okay, guys, so, Holly, thank you for this story, because it is so real, the mental health problems that are out there, and we deal with missing people, kids. We hear about it. We hear, all these different stories. The Idaho 4, even Barry Morphew was just arrested today for unaliving his wife. There are people out there who have these thoughts of doing this to people, such as seclusions, situation, just as this man did. Even though his wife was his number one cheerleader, his sons looked like they loved him very, very, very much. But that man's mind was not in a good place, and it just wasn't enough. And, my best friend was there for me when my son passed. 6 months later, I had to go to her because her and her husband had a fight that morning over something that was just really stupid. And he had been drinking. He had got off work early that morning. He was drinking beer. They got in a fight. She went and got on the lawnmower and started mowing the yard, working in the yard. She came back in to get the blower, and he was sitting there in the garage, and he had his gun in his lap. And she said, "What are you doing with your gun?" And he put it up to his mouth. She turned her head and said, "No, don't." And she sat there and nothing happened, and she turned. But when she made eye contact with him, he pulled that trigger. She had to see it. I would have never guessed, ever, that would have happened. I was there 2 weeks prior, and there was a big, I don't know, I always thought he was maybe jealous when I was there because we spent time together and laughed and joked and had a good time or whatever, doing not much and nothing. But there was always an issue. And before I left, I told him, "I love you, but you need to remember something even more, how much your wife loves you. Whatever's going on is not worth wasting time." Little did I know that was the last time I would ever speak to him. And my first instinct when her son-in-law called me and said that Jeff had just passed away and what he did, my first word was, "And what about her?" Because I would assume he was the kind of person that was not going to share her, that maybe he would have took her as well. But he did not, thank God. You don't ever know when people have these kind of thoughts. You don't know, passing by someone at the grocery store, walking down the street, at the park, wherever you might be, just passing someone by, you have no idea what their life is. You have no idea what their thoughts may be. And we're on a genre that's very, very depressing sometimes. So I want to say to all of you right now, if you ever have to take a break from this, it is very much understood. It is very, very much understood because it can get to you. Life throws curveballs at everybody. And unfortunately, we're on a genre that has merged with drama, hate, words that are unacceptable to be said in public, in my opinion. But that's what we're doing these days, it seems like. Yes, Gypsy's right. Please let us know if you're going to take a break so we don't worry. Please, please. We don't want to worry about you. But guys, there's days where I have to just take a break. I have to step away because sometimes it does get to me as well. And here in this story, I wanted to share it because it's real life, unfortunately. And just like that father that had those 3 precious baby girls, took him out to his campsite. Whatever snapped inside of him, we'll probably never know. This dad was pretty open about the fact that he had those thoughts all the time. I'm sorry, seclusion. I really am. I just know that it's something that needs to be talked about because of the like I say, the genre that we cover here, and the hate that's involved, and the lack of empathy for people and how they may feel. It's a horrible place to be these days, and it gets very, very depressing. But I just want everybody that listens to this and hears this, if you ever need to take a break, just do it. Send someone on here a message. Send me an email that just says, hey, I need a couple of days off. I'll see you when I get in a good mind space or whatever. Yeah, you have to guard your heart because it can overtake you. Even just being on the outside looking in and talking about it and covering it, it can build up. But trust me, I'm not going to leave y'all being so sappy tonight and so on such a bad, sad note. I have, come on. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. I have some things that I put up today that I wanted to play for y'all that just, oh my goodness, what is it? That might make everybody laugh. Because every once in a while, we just need some laughs. Let's see. I don't know why my computer will not let me log in to Facebook. Yeah, put your bra, take your bra off and put your granny, take off your granny panties. Yeah, all those things. It is not giving me anything. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Let me get this going, guys. Let me get this all pulled up so that we can definitely have a better ending than being that way, because it's such a sad topic. I don't get on Facebook on my computer a lot, and every time I have to go through all these different steps, but I sent to myself some funny little video things that I really think that y'all will I think you'll enjoy them once I can get them pulled up here. Let's see here. Come on, come on, come on. Y'all, it cracks me up because it tells me I got to restore. Seclusion says images. Christopher doing the Macarena in that get up. That's pretty funny. Okay, let me see here. Hold on, it's taking forever. Yes, Lois, we played him the birthday song today. So you are so welcome, Rhonda. Hey, Lois. You're good. Glad you're here. Yes. Yeah, Brandy, we all have to see, it seems like we all have to get to that point and just take a break. Just take a break. Okay. I want to. Okay, I'm going to share. This is my Facebook page. It's not no big deal. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to get some fun in here, okay? Now, we're going to do this. I hope it'll come up big. Y'all, this is cute. Here we go. Wait, what? Oh, it's, hold on.
What do you call an old snowman? A glass of water. trying to deliver. What has 5 toes but isn't your foot? My foot. What do you call an old snowman? A glass of water.
Okay, hold on. We're going to watch that.
Which one is faster? Hot or cold?
Oh, it won't stop. There it goes. Those little kids crack me up. Let's see what else we can find here. Okay, ready? This is, what do you call it? Chicken flavored lollipop, guys. Y'all ready? Watch this. Oh. Ready? Why is it? Play it again. What is wrong? It hung up. Come on.
What do you call a chicken-flavored lollipop?
What?
What do you call a chicken-flavored lollipop?
What?
What do you call a chicken-flavored lollipop?
What?
Let's see what else we can find. I got a bunch of these on here for us. Okay. This is me today, y'all. No. Here we go.
Pills and my pissed off pills mixed up, and I
What is it doing?
think I took one of each, so now I'm pissed off, but I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I love the chicken ones.
Today I got my happy pills and my pissed off pills mixed up, and
I don't know what it's doing.
I think I took one of each, so now I'm pissed off, but I'm happy about it.
Let's see here.
Today I got my happy pills and my pissed off pills mixed up.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Off and amuse myself at the same time. So there's that.
I don't know how that happened.
I can piss you off and amuse myself at the same time. So there's that.
Let's see.
People say,
I gotta find the little boy. Hold on. There's a little boy on here I saved. Y'all are gonna crack up. I got a bunch of them on here. What was that one? Okay, here we go. Ready? Let's watch this one. What is it doing?
To kiss my acidosis. I'm tired of dealing with bullshit and
What is it doing? Guys, I don't know what it's doing.
moods that are atrocious. If I don't protect myself, it will.
Okay, so this backfired on me.
To psychosis. To supercalifragilistic. Kiss my
This is not even funny anymore.
acidosis.
Hold on.
The word of the day is supercalifragilistic. Kiss my acidosis. I'm tired of dealing with bullshit and moods that are atrocious. If I don't protect myself, it will lead to psychosis. So supercalifragilistic. Kiss my acidosis.
I don't know why it
The
keeps
word of the
doing
day is
Okay,
supercal.
Stop. This so backfired on me. I'm sorry, guys. Let me see. Oh, this one right here. Here we go. This one's going to be good.
Listen, in my room, just me and my homeboys, just trying to see who got more riz than the other person. We start saying it on stream. They take it, TikTok times it, and it's over with.
No way.
Yes, it just blows up. Everybody saying riz this, riz that, and it becomes a word in the dictionary. I did not know that was going to happen at all. I'm so serious.
And is it short for charisma? Is that the truth?
So that's what people say, but like when I first started saying it on my stream, like I already knew the meaning for it. So we just kept saying it. Like it just was catchy, and we just started saying it. But that's a good analogy though. I'm not gonna lie. So
I feel like I invented the word riz too with you, yeah. But what is the most unexpected use of the word riz? You ever see somebody?
Oh my gosh, yes. I was literally chilling in my my room, and a commercial came on when I was watching, like, I think sports or something, and it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer, and one of the Ninja Turtles said they had more riz than the other. Like in the movie, I'm like, what? They just said that was the most unexpected.
Is this happening? Oh my God!
Ninja Turtles, literally.
And now you're.
I can drink this?
Yeah, that's yours.
Oh, all right.
You can,
all right. What's in here?
No, that's just water.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just water.
Because I be trying to see if y'all already got water in here. Like, it be looking nice. So, like,
Yeah, no, it's not empty. No, you got water.
Take a sip, Lil.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. What do you think?
This is good water. I'm not going to lie with this. What you got in there, Kashi? This is good water. I'm not going to lie.
I heard that you created the word riz.
So.
Was that cute? I love that one. Okay, Bo sent us one. So here we go. Here we go. See what Bo sent us. Fucking damn it. Those are so cute. Oh, have y'all ever heard of, let me think of where they're on TikTok. Hold on. It's called Bad Dad Jokes. You couldn't hear it? Oh. We'll go back to it. Okay, let's try it again. I heard it. I was cracking up laughing.
Fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it. Fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it.
Monday night.
Fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it. Fucking damn it.
That's me. Okay, let's go over here. Let me see. I still haven't figured out why my computer does that ding noise. Oh, wait, no, quit. Quit. Let's see. Dad jokes. Is that what it is? Where? Rhonda, what's the name of it? What did you say a while ago? Bad dad jokes. Yes. Are they the ones in the camo? They are so freaking funny, y'all. Where are they? Hold on, we're going to look it up. Let's see here. What is this? I don't want keyboard shortcuts. I'm not following all these people. My grandkids probably be following all these people. No, I'm not following them. Who am I following? How do I know who I'm following? These are people to follow. Let's see if we can find it this way. Nope. What are their names? Here it is. Hey, runs with scissors. What is this? Stop it. Y'all go see all my login stuff here. Okay. Oh, Lordy. Here we go. What are we doing now? Just emailed me. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay, guys, y'all ready? Here we go. These are hilarious. No. Hold on. Can y'all see
What
them?
goes, oh, oh, oh. Santa walking backwards. No.
I know, right?
Oh, man. What did the turkey say to the hunter on Thanksgiving morning? Quack, quack. That's fair. What is a deer's favorite appetizer? Fondue.
Can y'all hear it?
Fuck no. Oh. What goes oh oh oh? Santa walking backwards.
Here we go.
What time do ducks get up? At the crack of dawn. Why do ducks quack? Because they can't move.
Sometimes these guys will laugh so hard they fall off their chairs.
Why do ducks make great detectives? Because they always quack the case.
Quack the case.
What time do ducks get up?
Let's see. Go to the next one.
What's
Come on, play.
Forrest Gump's password? One Forrest one.
I think that's the worst one yet. Why don't seagulls fly over the bay?
Huh?
Because then they would be bagels. We're not very good at this.
No.
What's up?
Here we go.
Where do fish go on vacation? Finland. What's wrong with you? Why did you scream? I should have pushed you off that course. We can go home now. Yeah. We're getting ready for hunting season, and I went to my neighbor's barn to get a ladder. He said, "That's my step ladder." Then he said, "I never knew my real ladder." Oh my God. Scared away the turkey.
Across the road to prove he wasn't a chicken.
You win no points. Where do fish go on vacation? What kind of key has 2 feet but can't open a lock? A turkey. Somebody got one.
Lucky them.
I'm on unemployment.
Who's a reindeer's favorite celebrity? Beyond Slay.
I love how they crack up.
Oh, man. Speaking of, do you know that there was a female reindeer that used to pick on Rudolph? It's in the song. Olive, the other reindeer. She was mean. What kind of key has 2 feet but can't open a lock? A turkey. Of all the inventions of the last 100 years, the dry erase board has to be the most remarkable. This is so bad. Why do we bring you on these? Because you love me. Sometimes. Oh. Where do you learn to make ice cream? At Sunday school. I go there. Oh. Unlike me. Which side of a turkey has more feathers? The outside. Why do some fish live in salt water? Because if it was pepper, they would sneeze.
Yes, I'm pulling it up now, Seclusion.
I went to the aquarium this weekend, but I didn't stay long. There's something fishy about that place. Why do I see you trying to catch a fish? I would. I'd bring a rod. Why did Mars ask Saturn? Hey.
Yes, they try not to laugh. They crack me up more than the joke does.
I think I hurt myself. Did you sneeze? Why can't dinosaurs clap their hands?
Okay, hang on.
They're extinct. What time is it? When the clock strikes 13. It's time to get a new clock.
Time to get a new clock. Okay, hold on.
I'd say so.
Hang on just a second. Let's go over here. Okay, Seclusion sent us this one. Here we go. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Go. Just put it in your mouth and swallow it and pretend like you like it.
Oh, that was a good one. Oh, goodness, guys. Laughter is good. We need laughter after so much sadness and so much bad that we listen to. I found those and I was like, man, I can't just leave everybody after listening to so much sadness today. So I wanted to play some of those. Sorry, they didn't all work perfectly, but I think we should have a night of just jokes like that and pull up a bunch of different ones, and we might do that for one of our late night lives. But check your Facebook. I sent you one. Okay, Miss Rhonda sent us one. Hold on, here we go. Okay, Miss Rhonda's got us one here. Hang on. Let's share this. That is hilarious. Seclusion. Oh, it is so fun though to laugh. Here we go. What are we doing here? Oh, Grandma up there dancing. Here we go. Ready? Is it going to play? There we go. Rhonda, is this you? Well, that's Rhonda. Go, Grandma. Let's see. This is the one I sent Rhonda today, y'all.
How damn that'll gyrate your uterus out of your asshole, won't it? What in the hell you gonna do with
Have you ever watched Shelly Belly?
Good Lord. I couldn't handle all that. That shit, I get the hell off me. Damn.
Yeah, let's play a couple of these. How do we get to it?
Good Lord.
If y'all have not watched her videos, Lord help you. You need to. Is that the only one? Let's see. How do we get to her? Hold on. We're going to search her.
Or can you imagine that? That'd be like screwing a jackrabbit, wouldn't it? Okay, y'all.
Here we go. Okay, let's see.
Good God Almighty, y'all. Here comes Rolly. I hadn't seen him in a while. Hold on a minute. Rolly! Hey, what are you doing? I hadn't seen you in a while. I'm good. Just sitting here. Look at you in your little gray jogging pants. Good Lord. You smuggling Halloween candy in there? Because it looks like you've got damn Tootsie Roll in there. Oh, Lord. Honey, I have seen more meat in a can of Vienna sausages. Good God Almighty, y'all. Here comes Rolly. I hadn't seen him in a while. Hold on a minute. Rolly!
Let's see what else we can find of hers. She is so funny. And just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much to the friend that just sent me that. I appreciate that more than you know. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This one. Here we go, ladies. Hold on.
You go ahead, girl. I've been doing the the same damn thing. I'd have to record it and do it in slow-mo. I'd have to see every bit of that. Do you hear me? That poor girl's got damn whiplash now. Bless her heart. Oh, Lord. Her whole damn body's gonna be vibrating by the time she gets done looking at that. Do you hear me? No, thank you. I wouldn't want nothing to do with something that gyrates that hard, honey. They're right there to make your damn uterus bulge out, you know? I couldn't handle that. I'd give it a go, but I doubt if I could handle it.
Hold on, let's watch a couple more. She is so funny. Let's see. Is this her? Let's see. Yeah, let's see here. I guess she does lives. She goes and does live things, performances and stuff. Let's see. Hang tight. We're going to end it good tonight. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Y'all, Blue Eyes sent me some of these, and I laughed my butt off for the longest. She sent me tons of them, and I could not stop laughing. Let's see. We need to find a good one. I think hers were on TikTok. Hold on. Hang tight. Was it remarkable? Oh, that's so funny. Let's see. Oh, that's not her. Hold on. Shelly Belly. I don't know. There must be a gory person called Shelly Belly. Oh, here we go, ladies. Here we go. Hold tight.
God almighty, where in the hell do I bend over at? You just point the way and I'll bend. You hear me? Oh, honey, I'm not mad at that. I'm going to tell you what. I have been a bad girl, okay? I have been showing my ass, and I need a discipline. You hear me? I do. You do it right now. You do it wherever you want. Do it on the car. Do it on the washer machine. Wherever. I've been bad.
I've been bad. I've been bad.
Real bad.
Real bad. Let's see what she's got next. No. Hang tight. That's not her. Here we go.
Atenção, mulherada. Preste atenção no que os caras vão fazer agora. É mais ou menos assim. 1, 2, 3, 4. Que é isso? fazer uma levada, vocês vão gostar. O som é maneiro, é de enlouquecer. Gatinhos e gatinhas, comece a mexer. Ai, mamãe, oh meu Deus, oh meu Deus.
Yes, Cleveland.
Mexer, mexer. Viu como é fácil? Você aprendeu. Da próxima vez vai fazer.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. Get it? Don't you judge me. You hear me? Don't you take it? You're welcome. You're welcome. I dug
Good night,
deep
Star
into
Child.
my Santa Claus knapsack to find that one just for y'all. Okay? You're welcome. Merry Christmas. Okay?
Let's see. Come on, where's some Shelly Belly? Here we go. Hide and go seek. Oh, Lord.
So let me tell y'all what happened to me last night. I'm going to tell you, getting older ain't no fun. And I wish somebody would just give us a pamphlet whenever we get older to tell us what we need to look forward to. I mean, hell, it was already a punch in the gut when I got the letter from AARP. You know, that was hard enough. But whenever you're laying in a bed at night and you are snuggled up, got your titty pillow between your boobs and everything, and you're trying to go to sleep.
Your titty pillow.
And you feel your husband messing around the bed, you feeling looking for something. I mean, he's just all over the place. I mean, his hands are everywhere. Then his hands come over to me and they start getting all over me and start touching on me and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And he told me, he said, I'm looking for your boobs and trying to turn you on. And I said, hell, why didn't you just tell me that? And I'd have just told you if you was getting colder or hotter. Hell, them things are up under my back. You hear me? Oh, ain't nothing fun about that. I said, next time you want to get up in there and feel up in there, tell me and I'll put on a bra and with little girls to get together and have a meeting about what you're trying to do, you know? Sitting there trying to play, hide and go seek. I mean, that's not a turn on, I mean, you got to tell me when this shit's happening. We got a plan for it, we gotta talk about it. And it ain't like it used to be, when I was younger, my girl stood up to my neck, I mean, hell, they're down in my belly button now playing tag and hide and go seek and, Red Rover, Red Rover. My boobs give me a massage on my navel every day. It's just, they're just swiping back and forth, rubbing my navel. Sometimes I have to put a little ointment down there because it gets a rash on it. But I'm going to tell you something, getting older ain't no funner. I mean, what's even worse is that you got to plan to have sexy time. You got to plan for it. You got to get the Ben Gay out. You got to get a little bit of the Aspercream out and just slather down in it. I tell you, if it's going to be a wild ride, the more wild of a ride you're going to have, the more you're going to, sive you're going to have. You got to plan that shit. Anyways, just thought I'd tell you, is it just me that happens to, or does it happen to you too?
Slather. Let's see. One more for the night. Let's see. See if we can find a good one. Well, it done froze up on us. We got too much going here, I guess. Okay, guys. Well, I think we're done. Thank you all so much. I'm glad y'all enjoyed that. We're going to do this more often. We need to do more fun stuff. I may start doing the crime stuff during the daytime earlier, and then nighttime needs to be a little more fun, I think. So, thank you all for coming in, being with us. Hope y'all had a good ending there. I love that y'all are here. I love hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate y'all so much. Sorry about the dinging of the computer. I don't know what it's doing. But Guys, tomorrow I'm going to try to go to my niece's ball game. I'm not sure what time I'll be on, so y'all just kind of pay attention. It might be a little later than normal, but I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow evening for sure. All righty. And we will see y'all later. In the meantime, y'all be good. Remember, you never know what the other person besides you's going through. Always treat them with kindness.